This is Johnston on the Address Resolution Protocol, otherwise known as ARP. Now we're going to build a whole network for and then we're going to have customers and clients. That's how our network's going to be set up. So this router we're going to rename to customers. This is going to be our router 1, and this is going to be our host 1 and then host 2, because we're going to be creating a DHCP based network. So we're going to change that customers to say customers R1 and make it easier. So we have our host 0, 1, and 2, and then client 3, 4, and 5. Then we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and label the whole network. So I went ahead and I copied all this, and we'll go back here and we'll label each and everything here. Alright, so here's everything labeled. I basically just copied everything from our table here over and put it in the right spot. And then basically, that's how and we'll be excluding some addresses. That's why in here you'll notice, so as you notice, I also wrote the DHCP range and also what it excludes right there. And I'll go ahead and write my name on this packet tracer, so that way you know who's doing it right now. So, so everything's labeled right here, because each one of these computers are going to be getting their own dynamic routing address. So basically, we don't need to put, like we did before with static routes, we don't need to actually put an actual address in each one of these, because they'll be getting it automatically through the DHCP range. So now we'll go ahead and we'll configure our routers for DHCP, and also we can up our port for SE0/0/0, which we have written right here. So that's going to be the 10.0.6.1. With a subnet mask of 255.255.255.252, since we just basically have our two routers. And then we'll also put in our clock rate, which I'm pressing tab. That's how it automatically fills in the commands there. And it's going to be 64,000. And then we want to save it, so no shut. And then if we go ahead and we type in the word end, it'll go right to the beginning there, and then you just have to press enter. And then we're going to do copy, run, start. And that will save our configuration, and you just press enter. You could also start typing in copy and R for run and then S for start, and just press tab, and then it automatically will do the same thing too. And now we'll go ahead and we can set up our Ethernet port, since we just set up the serial port. And we'll do conft interface FA 0/0. Then when we're in there, we'll put in our IP address. And our IP address will be 10.0.0.1 with 255.255.252.0. And I'll go ahead and end that. Actually, what I should have done is we'll just go back into that again. And we should put no shut. And I just pressed the up arrow to get back to this. That one configured. And now we're gonna go ahead and get our DHCP DHCP excluded address is going to be 10.0.0.1, and then the second part of the range is 10.0.2.255, and that's what we have right here under exclude. So we're done with router 1 once we end it and we save it. So you got to make sure you always are saving. You can also use the write command, but that one doesn't take me very long to do, so I just end up doing that most of the time. Alright, so we're done with our router 1. And now let's go ahead and get into router 2. We're just going to go into command interface, and we're going to also put no on that because we don't want to use their wizard. We want to do this the manual way. And we're going to enter our configuration here. Get into our configuration right there. And then from there we're going to go ahead and we could set up this SE0/0. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to interface SE0/0/0. And then we'll go ahead and put our IP address right here, which will be 10.0.6.2 with a subnet mask of 255.255.252. Since we're going between two routers here, that's all that serial connection is. And on here I didn't write the complete subnet mask, so let's get that complete subnet mask in there because I need a .0 for the last octet. And there we go. Let's go ahead and put our clock rate in here, which would be 64,000 also. And basically right now our port's not turned on, so we got to go ahead and turn that on. Let's try that again. So we're going to put clock rate 64,000. Because I was having an issue with this, I'm just going to go ahead and I will just put a straight serial DCE connection. And now it should all work. Alright, well, it shows it right here, but for whatever reason it's not showing it